Greetings, Virgos. This is Damien with HK Readings Healing Culture Tarot, and I am here to do a reading for you all. It's a mid-month reading. Will be general, of course, general love for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. No matter if you have these placements in your tropical chart or your Vedic chart. Now, I guess you all are going to get a pretty good, solid, condensed reading. I was recording your video. I think I was at about 15 minutes. Gonna wrap it up in about 4 or so from there. And, you know, my device that I'm recording on just fucking fell and just had a whole number happen to it. And the message that I'm getting from that is impact. Impact. Something is coming in now and quick. And I'll get to that in a moment. So let me write down impact, so I can go ahead and just recap your reading. Impact now and quickly. Cross watchers, you're welcome to the video. I will be reading from the perspective of the Virgo. Y'all, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, within your resonance of the messages, of course. Leave your comments as well and like the video. Help it get some circulation, man. To go ahead and get into it, though, we've got number 39, turquoise, crowning the reading, and it talks about high successes moving forward, okay? You're moving forward with sureness and confidence, and there's been a huge healing from the past. Now, this is a general love reading, so many of you have likely been very hurt and abused and taken advantage of in the past, and that could have been, physically or emotionally. Many of you just decided that you've had enough, and granted, no one party is innocent from any situation where it takes two to tango. So, I'm not here to paint you as the victim, but you went through a lot here, okay? And there was an individual that you decided to move away from. It's kind of like a judgment moment or a tower moment or a moment of death, which is also on the board here when we have the conversation card come up from my Sibylla Gypsy deck, my Gypsy Oracle deck. The universe, the mothers, the ancestors, etc., they are communicating, and they're basically talking about, like, as far as judgment, what's the next action that's going to happen? That's a huge transformative action. Like, the conversation card comes up and it's talking about something that's completely changing in your life and shifting, but it's mandated by the stars and by the spirits. Like, it's time. So, clearly within that, many of you Virgos were looking for a change. You knew this was a situation that you had to leave. Change is just necessary. Now, time is fluid, so this is something that you may go through here in the near future. This is something that you may have already gone through or are going through now, but you knew that it was time, and it was one of the hardest things you've had to do, for some of you ever had to do, was to leave this person. Now, what's interesting enough is that the universe has brought in new love to you, and I feel like many of you are very well aware of who this individual is, but, those of you who this story hasn't happened for yet, no. So that's still to come. But there's a resistance there. I feel like there's a resistance there because there's still a tie or, just some type of connection that hasn't completely been severed from the past relationship. Like, you could still be in love. Like, who knows what it is? A lot of times we'll make decisions like, hey, I'm not going to do this anymore. How many people quit smoking but still think about it, especially when they smell cigarettes? So, like, fuck. It's one of those things where you can stop. You can drop a relationship real quick with someone, okay? But it doesn't mean that they're still not going to be slightly in your heart and in your mind and in your thoughts, So it's completely understandable the energy that you are operating in, but at the same time, you don't want to miss a blessing because of that. Now, we're talking about someone within the new energy who could be at a distance from you, could be traveling to have to travel to see you. Both of you could be very busy and maybe not able to have that happen much. Or if but the true distance that I'm seeing out far, of like physical distance that could be of any issue or concern, is kind of like your emotional distance and detachments that you have. I had an intuitive word that popped out to me, organ. It came to me as organ. So it did make, did have me think bodily organs. And, from there, I really feel as though that the person that could be coming in could be an organ donor. This is someone who could be a surgeon or a practitioner in any health field. They could also be a musician and play the organ as well, or organ is just letting me know that they're a musician, because the Lover card here, the gent yields a guitar that he's playing for his love that's at a distance, you know, up in a window somewhere, of course. And yeah, I mean, but it also could be Oregon, Oregon, as we pronounce it, you know. You could live in Oregon. This individual could be from Oregon or live in Oregon as well. Or it could be if you were taking a business trip, or however, if this person hasn't come into your life yet, you know, the state of Oregon may have something to do with that. I'm definitely seeing coastal cities with that. However, now we've got Wheel of Fortune reversed down here. We got the 5 of Cups, we got the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Cups. We've got the 4 of Cups and the 8 of Swords. We've got the 2 of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So y'all, basically, what this is telling me is that you've got to stay in the truth that you've set for yourself to achieve what you want, you know? It's like, oh yeah, because also the 4 of Swords is over here. And, you know, seeing that with the energy of the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Cups and Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Like, look, you've gone through basically a period of realizing that you've got to put some things to rest and finally let this go for other blessings to come in, you know, to transform yourself into like a new karmic cycle here with the Star and the Death card. You're trying to bring about a new cycle, right? So there's energy you have to leave behind for energy to come in. So look at all the ways, like remember all the ways how every time you tried to make this work, it didn't. And you always felt like you were coming up short. And you always felt like, you know, you would even speak your truth or find a way to get some resolve. Or they would, you know, pretend that things did have a certain transparency when they apologized and said they never do anything again. And you just continuously found out it was a lie, it was a lie. And all the while you're looking for this deep emotional bond and connection with someone within the 10 of Cups. So, you know, at a certain point, this might have been someone that you thought you could marry, okay? Oh, yeah. And I think you're just haunted by all the things that may have went wrong. But you have a chance here to not go at things alone. I can tell you that. You definitely have a chance to be appreciated and nurture something that will nurture you back. Another intuitive message that I know for some of you is that if you are a woman who's fearful that this energy won't want to move forward with you because you may not be able to have children, I don't think that will be an issue. I think you'll find out differently. You'll find out that that can be worked through and managed. Could be an issue of being sterile on their end as well. Yeah, there might be sadness around that for either of you as far as like wanting a family. Maybe they want love with you, but not a family. Or again, someone sterile. Excuse me. But either way, you've got to continue to stand in the truth that you've built for yourself. And then we have Bridget for the goddess guidance here. Don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. This is, you know, also standing in your truth here and following your passions and your, you know, your heart's desire. I think firmly that if things were meant to be, they would be. And if something didn't work out and a new opportunity is before you, there's a reason for it. We don't lose things for the sake of, you know, being sad or energetically low or in a state of misery. We lose things to turn around and gain something else. And Virgo, you're on the brink of gaining everything you've wanted in a relationship. This is heavy nurturing energy. This is healing your wounds. This is being affectionate. This is them focusing all their attention on you. This isn't the type of individual that's going to look at another, get bored, seek another. Like, you're going to excite them and do things for them that, you know, they've desired. This person has turned over a new leaf and has ended a lot of karmic cycles as well. And they're moving towards you with, you know, with such a sureness because they know that you're it. And I feel as though they want to have you understand that they see more than you realize as far as what you've gone through and experienced. It's part of the allure that you have, because they see your strength and your perseverance, again, moving on with confidence after going through some trials and tribs, you know, some trials and tribulations. They see that. And honestly, again, what you didn't find in that last relationship could very well be coming in this one. Because the Ten of Cups and the Tarot of Wonderland has definitely more of a direct tie to marriage. You know? And I feel like this is universally supported. The cups are laid out here, basically in the sky, in the heavens, touching the heavens, you know. And then, of course, again, we have the conversation card on the board. And the universe is trying to take something out of your life completely. Have you put it to rest? Move on. Four of Swords, Star, Death card. Taking something out of your life so they can bring in something that you truly deserve. You're gonna notice that this is a difference in where you're putting your energy. You're gonna feel it. How nosy am I feeling? Ooh, what? Okay, a little nosy. What do we want to know, Virgo, about this person? Let's see. Okay. So we are going to we're gonna clear some energy on the board here. Gotta make way for new energy, right? Case in point. Oh my God. Virgo. We've got Virgo. King of Wands. Aries energy, also Sagittarius energy, and Leo energy. The Fountain card. The card of infinity, as we know. It's essentially the highest major arcana no other deck has it. This is from the Fountain Tarot here. So you have like all of the major arcana, you know, where you start from 1 on, but the Fountain card is the card of infinity. So it's like an extra card with profound meaning. And we'll get into how it resonates. So we have the King of Wands, the Fountain card, and the 10 of Coins. So Virgo, if we're asking about the energy of this person here, I couldn't even tell you how sure they are of you, how much they know you're it, how much they love you. This is someone who is generally shy, generally reserved. They don't talk very much, and at times they may when they're around people they're comfortable with. You know, every now and then, you know, if you know this person already, if you're around this person already, or if not, I'm just letting you know. But if you are, you see this. But, you know, you may have seen like little moments of them being talkative and conversive and so on and so forth. But generally, they're like a very mild-mannered person. This is a person who works very hard and has built or is building an empire for themselves, and they just want someone to share it with who's an equal counterpart. Not looking for their other half, because they're not 50%, nor is Virgo if you resonate with this reading here. And the security that this individual seeks, they know you provide. I feel as though this could also be an earth sign, could be another Virgo, Taurus as well. However, there's a sort of destiny fulfilled, prophecy fulfilled. Like when this person met you, when this person first laid eyes on you, internally they knew that they had to formulate, carefully calculate, okay, exactly how they were going to approach you, bring you into their lives, make sure you clearly see that you mean something to them, even if it hasn't been that long. They want you to know. We're going to pull some cards to see about their actions towards it, because I know a lot of this has just been about how they feel. But this person actually sees, oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's like they see the cosmos, okay? When they look at you, when you touch them, they just, whatever the aura, you know, wherever the aura is in that moment, it heightens from whatever moment, and it just shifts. This person, I feel in a sense, does have some fear that you just don't want to commit again. But I don't think they're going to give up easily at all. They're not. I don't think they feel they can. Like they know within every fiber of them that they want to be with you for the rest of their lives. That may scare some of y'all. Lives, you know, that may. Because you're like, damn, like, what if in my next one I want to be, you know, I'm just kidding. You know, this is a beautiful thing. But I mean, that could scare some people, because I mean, even if you ask me, like, would you want to be bound to someone for lives? I'm like, let's talk about that first, you know? And see, that's that apprehension, that fucking Virgo rising. There we go. But no, there's that apprehension there. Like, because like I told you earlier before we cleared the energy, this person's gonna come in strong. Like, they know. There's a point where they're gonna come in strong, and you're like, I got all this other shit on my mind. Here we go. I'm gonna pull every single card that came up. I got all this other shit on my mind. 3 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. In your head about this past heartbreak, man. Or in your head just about the pain in general you felt. Fuck this person. Let's not give them that much time and space in this reading. But it's the energy tied to the experience you had with them. Now I'm gonna pick these other cards up. They fell face down. So yeah. So after that comes the Hangman. It's literally the Three of Swords to the Eight of Swords to the Hangman. So you're in suspense, and you know, there's a point where you're gonna come to like knowing what you want to do and what you should do. But, you know, your head just may be in the clouds a little bit. So while you're moving forward and making so many strides with confidence, you know, because this card also denotes, you know, watching, you know, polluted environments in your health, substances you intake. Substances you intake is just like an intuitive thing I get off that. It's not in like the definition, but, you know, it comes with, you know, watching your health, especially in a situation like this, when you're trying not to think about things, when you don't want to make a decision right now, but you know, you should. Like, what's this song from, it's called Fly Guy. And I'm going to look up the artist's name at some point and do a little repost. Because he comes up in a lot of fucking pre-shuffle as music that I jam. But he's like, girl, I just want to chill. Like, and like every time he says that, I think it's like the realest shit ever. Interchange girl with like whatever. Because, you know, it's just like, I just want to chill. I feel y'all, Virgo. You just want to chill. But watch, you know, the over sedation. Watch being too stressed and just not focusing on your health. And, you know, you just worried about, man, I just want to chill. I don't want to think about this shit. I just want to keep grinding. I just want to keep hustling. But make sure you're taking care of your temple and yourself. And I know you just want to chill. I get it. That's cool. You want to chill. You want to heal. Because after that comes the Nine of Cups. After the Hangman comes the Nine of Cups. You want to chill. You want to heal. And you know, your minds, these thoughts have got to go. Because that's what it is. It's all mental shit that's stopping you from moving on towards this new beginning here. It's you. It's mental shit in your head, Virgo. Get out your head, Virgo. Get out your head. Tell me I'm lying. We look at these cards, Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, Hangman. So you're going to come out making the right decision. But the shit that you're dealing with has really got you in a position of I just want to chill. Let me figure this out as I figure this out. Oh boy or oh girl, they're coming in a little strong. Man, I feel this, but this is just like, but then you could probably start rationalizing like, damn, why are they coming in so strong? Like, I just need to chill a little bit. See, I don't like that shit. And then you got to realize like, wait, slow it down. Look at this connection for what it is. Look at this person for what it is, and not that trifle of action. Because best believe if they don't come through and let you know exactly how, like, imagine if they weren't doing that. And they were mirroring you. A complete opportunity missed when two people decide to drive down other streets and not the same, where they cross the same cross light and then eventually honk at each other and then pull over and like get each other's number. No, that story would never happen. But but you get what I'm saying here. After that, we've got the Tower reversed with the Chariot and the King of Swords. Clear decision making and clarity comes back within remembering, again, what you do and don't want, what you will and won't accept, but not associating the wrong energy to the wrong people. Because this Three of Swords and Eight of Swords ain't got shit to do with the person that's in front of you. Maybe the person behind you. And remember, you have your guides and your spirits here that are helping, that are here to help pull you through any situation. They're always here helping you. Always. Pay homage to them. Talk to them. Let them know. Let your warriors know what you need. Because with the Tower reverse here, where it's been hard to let go in the past, you've got the Chariot and the King of Swords. So you have everything within you to move forward. I would say definitely ask your guides for help moving forward. Or maybe this is you needing to realize the progress. Like, give yourself for making more progress. Like, maybe you're not really looking at it clearly on how far you've come. Maybe you don't realize how easy it is to not be in your head if you just let go. Sometimes it's just as easy as letting the fuck go. letting the fuck go. Think of it as like a roller coaster. You're scared getting up, as the line gets smaller and smaller and you're getting closer towards your turn. You're scared, and it's just like, fuck. And you're moving forward because again, you're moving forward with confidence here. Chariot, turquoise, King of Wands, Bridget, the Star, and the Death card together. Moving forward with confidence and shit. And I know it's scary, but guess what? By the time, it's like that let go moment. It's like by the time you get into that seat and strap your fucking seatbelt, that's it. And you let go. And whether you were still about to shit yourself or not, you knew that this roller coaster is about to take off and I'm about to go on this crazy fucking journey or have this experience. But, sometimes you just got to get to that point where you strap yourself in and it's just like, okay, and not worry about, or get so caught up in all of the mental processing that happens through that line until you get to that point. Just fucking do it. Or I guess a better example of that same thing is like, if you're in line and then, every time it's getting closer up, you're just a little more fearful, just like, I don't know, because, am I ready to do this? And then you're like, all right, you can go ahead of me, okay? And then you let like this family of like 3 go ahead of you, right? And then, the line gets closer and then you just like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna do this. And like the next few turns for real. And then you just let like 10 people go ahead of you. And then it's just like, no. Get on that roller coaster, put on that motherfucking seatbelt, take that ride away from wherever you just were. New adventure, journey, taking off, full speed, lightning fast, King of Wands, boom. The roller coaster is your man or your woman coming in, basically. And the Fool hasn't come up, but I'm telling you, I'm feeling that full energy here. And like realizing that it's just about taking a risk, which Bridget is one of the Goddess Guidance cards that does even talk about that as well, taking a risk. When it comes to taking a risk, I think that's what's going to pull you out of this Hangman energy. For your happiness, this 9 of Cups that comes after it, it's very telling. You have to take a risk to truly get to that emotionally balanced and happy spot there. A lot of cards here. Let's see what story I just pull as I like glance through these. So we got Justice, the Empress. Let's do it like this. Justice, Empress, Devil. Starting off with 3 major arcanas here. The Page of Coins, Knight of Swords reverse, Knight of Wands in the upright, King of Coins and the Ace of Wands. Okay. So in making the right decision here, freeing yourself from toxic bonds of the past here is what I'm seeing, and stepping into your power. I feel as though you allow yourself to indulge in what you fear. This Devil card isn't talking about necessarily the attachments you've had to this person, but I feel like another thing that rises for you in why you may have accepted people like that in the past, knowing that they weren't good for you. You can see the good in anybody, but there is something that I'm getting to here that's a little deep. I feel as though you may have had fears or just been afraid of the type of love that is freeing, okay? When you are presented, or when you have been presented in the past, if you ever have before and you've turned it down, when there's been a presentation of something so deep and so true, it scares the fuck out of you. The absolute figgity fuck. But what you're doing hey, and with the conversation card, I told you that was my card of justice. And then here we are with justice here. And I'm sensing a mastery of those thoughts, controlling those thoughts, and it brings you into this Empress energy here. Okay? This Venusian energy that's allowing you to flow energetically within the love you're creating in a way that not only are you resonating and everyone around you sees that, but you just feel so empowered. You're allowing the universe to take you on this journey. You're strapped into the roller coaster. You're in motion. You step into this Empress-like energy. And with the Devil and the Page of Coins following, what you're doing is all the fears that you have around a solid, true relationship, whether it's, everything must come to an end. So, having shit and the mentality that it's going to end before it begins or anything like that, you're just coming out of that. You're trusting the love you deserve. You're allowing someone to be there for you. You're trusting that maybe you won't get bored and hurt them. Whatever it is that has you, in the energy, or has had you in the energy of fearing such true connections, you're saying, I am going to start on a new journey or a new beginning. Told you they wanted that 10 of Coins energy with you. You have the Page of Coins here. You said, hey, like melancholy was facing away from the lover, now you're saying, hey, I can begin to put my efforts towards matching what you're trying to do here. I can let go and start anew and be free and exist in beauty. Therefore, I attract beautiful journeys. I can create sound security. I can co-create that now because I'm not afraid that it would be taken from me. And you're starting to look at it logically, like, how could it? When I know very strongly, I see and I intuit how beautiful it is. Whereas before, I was always on edge because I knew that energy that was beneath me that I succumbed to was out of comfort. For whatever you went through in your life, it was for comfort. And you're doing something uncomfortable. You're changing the game here. Knight of Swords in reverse for the Knight of Wands. Here they came up as the energy of the King of Wands. They've also got the King of Coins energy for them. Joint energy of the Ace of Wands. So it's the trade-off. You're done with the smooth talkers, the smooth operators, everyone who had the ability to say the right things and never act by the right things, or act in those things that they said. But you see the truth of someone who's coming towards you. As sure as they are, they still have their fears and apprehensions, but they're not letting it get to them. You gotta go. You just gotta take off. You can't think. Think about the consequences later. That's what the Knights do, but especially the Knight of Wands, when they're charging in passionately. You know what I'm saying? So though they're coming up in a lot of fixed king energy here, there's also a part of them, they could be younger than you. They maybe don't have as many experiences as you do in very relevant arenas, but I feel as though you will kind of complete them in a certain way. Like I said, it's a prophecy with that fountain card there. So when they're coming up with all of this king energy and then you see this Knight of Wands here, it's almost like the ways in which they lack, you bring, such clarity and truth to their lives. And I'm gonna tell you right now, because I curse on this channel, they want to fuck you, okay? And I'm gonna say this, you know, all those little immature energies, if you, any immature energy that is around this reading, be gone. I don't know. But there's a raw, passionate energy that's on this board that, you know how it is when you know that someone is the one and you feel like you're connecting with them on so many levels, and the more you get to know them, the more it's just, you know, glue, very cohesive. What that does to the sexual attraction that you have with someone shoots it through the fucking roof, the ceiling. And the energy can't be hidden. I mean, I think they try to be as tactful as they can and stay in their lane, but even when they look at you, like, they can't even help but look at you with bedroom eyes, with on the kitchen counter eyes, with over the washer or dryer eyes. I mean, any of the eyes, insert eyes here, you know, whatever eyes here. And I'm glad I'm able to give y'all this elongated reading, because I've wanted to do this for a while, Virgo, honestly. But yeah, man, they have so much passion for you. And they're so supportive too. I think this is likely to be a partner you've never had be as supportive as anyone before. So that's excellent. Support's definitely there. I feel as though there's something they want to create with you. I feel like for some of you, it could be art, music, a business, but I feel like they want to basically create resources, yeah, but it's a sort of wealth as well. Like, they just really want to create with you. C'est son. Pull out my French voice. We got release here. Well, we've been talking about this reading, release, and the card of passion. Knight, King, Ace, and the card itself, passion. Y'all are both experiencing tremendous release right now. Tremendous release. Wow, and I love how these cards are on either side of the devil here, with the two faces showing how the mirroring effect is there on what y'all are experiencing and releasing, you know. Messages that are stepping outwards. I got Boston. Be the city. Could be referring to getting a dog together, or maybe you have a Boston Terrier. Industry. Could work together. Again, like I said, creating a form of industry together to build wealth. Uh-oh. Okay, this isn't a bad message. For some of you Virgos, I feel like this is a surprise. If you thought that you couldn't get pregnant, you might with this individual. You might, it definitely might be a surprise there. Definitely see a child. And if for the Virgos out here, if we're talking about male and male, you're going to get news that someone wants to adopt, that your person wants to adopt with you. Okay, interesting. Well, I love you, Virgos, and I hope you enjoy this reading.